This video is for beginners, so you're not a beginners, you can watch too. But you are beginners, you are in the right place. So I'm gonna teach you how to make like Bamia in a more Western way, not in a more not in a more South Sudanese way, but in a more Western way. You want more flavor in it, because I know in our South Sudanese way, traditional way, yes, it's more flavorful, but it can be more slimy. But if you want it in a more modern time way, I'm gonna make it in a more modern way so you can eat it without being stressed about being slimy or anything. So and that's what I'm making it today. So by starting with it, we're gonna cut 1.5 onion, and we are going to slide it to small cube. But I do advise you not to use your hand when cutting it. Use a chopping board. I'm not using that as a direct way to teach you, but I'm using this because I didn't have time to grab my chopping board. But please use your chopping board. Don't use your hand, because it can be more bad. You don't know how to use that. But for me, I was trained from a very young age of childhood how to cut it using all of my hands. So I'm more experienced doing it. So use chopping board like you see right there. Yeah, so sometimes I do feel like it's not necessary. Yes, so you leave your oil to heat up a little bit, and then add your onion, and don't fry it because we are not frying the onion. So I know I'm using a bit of old and traditional inside here, but we're going to use it more modern way, and that's why I add enough oil. But in a more traditional way, we don't add that much. We don't add that much oil. A bit of oil, that's what we need. But I add more oil this time, so it doesn't become slimy. The oil would cut the sliminess out of it. So you want it more texture, like can be just right. So what I will be doing, I will just only be cutting my garlic, not crushing it or not ground it. So I'm just only cutting it in there and then adding like that. So it's kind of like more like heat up together. We are not frying. We're just only heating up the onion, mixing it with the garlic so the flavor can diffuse. Then we're going to be adding the meat inside and let it cook together. So we'll be adding this meat, and so we're going to add the water too to let it cook. But for now, I'm going to add some spices. Like I say, then you cannot add them. You are making it in a more traditional way. But like I say, we are making it in more Western way or more modern way. Yeah, because we want it more modern. We don't, like I say, I don't want it more slimy. I just want it more like a modern way. So I add that chicken powder inside. I'm gonna add black pepper. That's what I'm adding, and then lemon with the black pepper inside. And I'm using it actually. I do like black pepper, so I use it a lot in my ingredient. And to be fair, I'm gonna use that thing over there. Yeah, it's more optional, that one. You don't need to add it, but you have to add the rest of the spices. You are making it the way you don't want it more slimy. And then don't forget your salt. Add more salt. But you do have like a cube like Rico or something. I don't know how to call it in English, but I don't know calling to swallow Rico. You can add it inside. But for me, I didn't have those. So I just add what I have, and that's all. So you're going to mix them together. And then when you can see them mixed very well, you're going to add water to make sure that it's covered, and then let it cook for more like 30 minutes actually. So make sure to mix it really, really well so the all the ingredient or spices can mix with the meat, and you can give it more like 15 minutes, like to cook in a lower heat, so it's the meat can absorb all the ingredient. You have time. But if you don't have time, it's totally fine. Give it just 2 minutes to simmer a little bit, and then add more water and let it cook for 30 minutes. When you're done with that, you can add your okra and let it cook again for 15 minutes. And when you're done with that one, you have to remove your meat inside the okra, and you're gonna blend it with the blender. But if you are using the old method of blending it in a more something like pitch in our language called dinka, you can make it in there with the meat inside. You can pigeon with meat inside there, but you don't want that. You have to remove your meat and do that. So this is the bamia we are making. It's already been frozen, but I just want to let you guys know something. What I noticed after the food was made, this brown here, it was very dry actually. The okra was really, really very dry. So I have difficulties by eating it. I have difficulties after finishing cooking this one. So you're going for to buy Okra or Bamia, don't buy this brand. Actually, I'm not trying to say that the brand is not good, but maybe I have a bad experience with the Okra. This Okra is not good actually. Don't buy this brand especially. So try to buy different brand. So it was good for me. I was lucky a little bit, but it wasn't the good texture I really needed because the Bamia was really dry and it's gave me a hard time to select what I need and to make it more nicely. So I do tell you guys, don't buy this brand you want to buy. Yeah. Just buy different. There's many different brand out there and there's many fresh Bamia or fresh okra you can use. But this one particularly is not good. It did give me a lot of hard time when I was making it. So you don't want hard time, especially because you don't want to be spending time selecting the dry one out of the okra has been cut already. So you don't want that. Just don't buy this. It's not good. But you have time to select the dry one, you can go ahead and buy it. It depends with you. Maybe you will have a different experience, unlike me, but I did have a bad experience with this okra because it was really hard for me to manage. And I did manage because I'm experienced at cooking and I cooked this dish many times. So I have more experience in making it. But you are making it for the first time, like I said, this video is for beginners. Don't buy this brand. You can go with different brand. And thank you. And about that, you can see here, I'm starting to remove the meat so that the okra can stay alone, so we can blend it together. But you're going with a more method in a olden time, you can use a different. But I'm going with this blender here, hand blender, so you can hand blend it with the inside there, so it doesn't have to be difficult. Yeah, like I say, I did have difficulties blending it because of the dry some of okra inside, because the okra was really dry. A lot of it was dry. They were dry. Some were not, but a lot of them were dry. Even you can even tell the texture, how the texture is. Is that how difficult was it to manage? But like this one, it can be really hard. It can be really hard to manage. So the best thing to do, just select the soft one in the market and buy, and then just cook with it. Even you can go with the fresh one, or maybe go with a different brand. You can maybe have a better luck. Like you can see now, it's more difficult to manage because the okra was dry, but it's fine. So you can blend it really well, and look, now it's ready. You can add more. You add your meat, and then add a bit of water. You are not making something called fufu, but you are making asida. You can eat it like that without adding more water, because asida, that's one a thick malak. But if you are not using Kisra and you're using Kisra, you wanted more water. But like I say, you were using the old wooden method, like a traditional way. You didn't have to remove the meat. You can just blend it right there like that. But you use a blender like I did, you gotta remove the meat. Yes, that's how it is. That's how we used to make it back in the olden time. Actually, we didn't have this electronic thing and this blender thing. People would just use their own arm and to make it like that, so you don't have the strength. You don't cook it. Or maybe you will call your neighborhood friend or ladies to come and help you make it, because it can be difficult to blend with only wooden that, and you have to use your hand and your arm, so it need more power, but you don't have the power. It can be really hard actually. So like you see here, it's more like a modern now. It's not slimy and it's not that really difficult to deal with. It's easy. But if you wanted that deep green slimy okra, just let me know in the comment section. I will make it like the way our Asian Sudanese used to make it, and it's gonna be an amazing one. But this is a version of it in a modern time. I created it. See you in the next video. Up here, Kisra.